This video series talking about how to meditate, how to clear your mind from all that mental clutter, how to stop thinking about the future, how to stop thinking about the past, and how to just be here right now, enjoying the moment. This is a very difficult thing to do for a lot of people out there. Alright? What those thoughts are, that's called the ego. When you see a child, they are born pretty much with no ego. They just enjoy the moment for what it is. They don't think about the future. And I'm talking about small child, like really young, 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever. They don't think, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an actor. They don't think like that. They just enjoy life for what it is. Eating ice cream, watching movies, running around, playing at the park. They just enjoy life. And that's what you want to get to as an adult. If you could get to that point, that's a high level of spirituality, a very high level. And that's the highest level of training that you could ever receive in martial arts. And it's not easy to be in the moment, moment to moment to moment. It's not easy, all right? But once you realize that this is the point that you want to get at and you want to do it, then that's the beginning point of taking yourself to another level, beyond the common thing of just constantly thinking all the time, all right? I want you to think back to the first experiences that you had with some of the most amazing experiences in life. And then you'll notice what I'm talking about. Alright? Think about, if you're a father, the first time that your wife was pregnant and then she was in labor, how that experience was. Because it's the first time, it's all new, and everything is just like, you're hypersensitive to everything. You're just in the moment and just seeing everything and just like feeling everything, the emotions. I mean, it's just intense. If you remember the first time that you kissed somebody, same thing. It's just like your heart is rushing, it's just an intense feeling. It's just everything is just so intense because it's the first time. Think about your first sexual experience. Same thing. Everything is just, intense. Alright? And that's what you want to be almost every single experience in life. Just have an intensity to everything. You don't take anything for granted. Alright? And the way that you could train yourself to do it is to always remember that your breath, for example, your breathing is always in the moment. It can't be in the past. It can't be in the future. It's right here, right now. That's how we live. We have to breathe. So there's a lot of different ways to meditate. There's actually like 112 ways of meditation according to Tantra. Tantra means meditation, and also has written a book called The Book of Secrets that goes through every single technique to meditate, all 112 of them, and you could find, one that works for you. So there's a lot of different ones. One of the most basic ones that Buddha did, and which most people simulate, most people will relate to meditation through watching somebody do what Buddha did, which is sitting meditation. Most people get accustomed, even myself, I thought that was the only way you can meditate, but that's not. That's just one way. And that way is the simplest way, where sitting meditation, where you just sit with your back straight and you just close your eyes, alright, and you cross your legs, you relax your body, you close your eyes, and then you start to pay attention to all the thoughts that are going through your mind. Those thoughts, the whole thing is you want to get that to stop. And what you first do is you pay attention to the thoughts that are going through your mind, and you learn to be a witness to it. You don't become identified to the thoughts, but you just become a witness to the thoughts. And you want it to stop. So what you're going to do is something you can start to do is start to concentrate on your breath. So concentrate on the breathing in, concentrate on the breathing out, and try to breathe deeply. So you can concentrate on the breath by breathing in and then breathing out. Okay, you want to breathe from your stomach. So when you concentrate on the breath, what that does is it can train your mind to be in the moment because your breath is in the moment. All right. Another thing you could do is count when you breathe. That could bring you back to the moment. Okay. Another thing is when say you're outside, you're walking around. Really pay attention to the sounds. Every sound that you hear. You know, the birds chirping, the car driving by, the train going by, the wind hitting the tree and the leaves. Concentrate on that, because that's in the moment. That's happening right there. Okay? There's many different ways to meditate. Those are just a few. Okay? To help you bring your mind to the moment. One of the best ways that I meditate, one of my favorites is stretching. It's like, to me, it's like sitting meditation, but you're actually gaining flexibility at the same time. So what I do, I'll stretch. Sometimes I stretch for 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour, and I just enjoy that stretch for everything. You know, if I'm gonna think about anything, it just be trying to think about the muscles stretching. You know, and sometimes your mind might wander off. You start thinking about like, oh, you know, what you gotta do for the rest of the day, or what kind of food you're gonna eat, or just you start thinking about all sorts of things. You know, maybe you start thinking about like the day that you had at work, and you start thinking about the past and the past girlfriends that you had, or just whatever. Just thinking about all this stuff. But you're not gonna be able to stop all thought indefinitely. It's gonna be, but once you realize and you see, like, man, I'm thinking about this now, and then you bring your mind right back to the moment. You keep bringing your mind back to the moment. Your mind wanders off, bring it back. Your mind's wander off over there, bring it back to the current moment. And every time you catch yourself drifting your mind off, come right back to the moment. And through that, constantly doing that, you will get better at being in the moment. All right, and when you're in the moment, then when you do it, when you're stretching, eventually throughout life you're gonna learn to do it in all activities. So, for example, when I'm like vacuuming, I would be meditating while I'm vacuuming. Okay. I even meditate when I'm listening to music. I'm just in the moment to the music, and I'm just engulfed by it. You know, I just put on the headphones, or I just turn the music loud, and I'm just in the moment with the music, just totally enjoying the music for all it is. And that's what it is, just being in the moment of what you're doing. If I'm stretching, I'm totally in the moment of stretching. If I'm with my wife and we're, you know, being affectionate, whatever, I'm totally in the moment with her. I'm not like holding her hand and thinking about the Bears game or something like that. You can see it in people's eyes, you know. You look at somebody's eyes and they're not even paying attention to you. They're thinking about something else. That is not what you want to do. You want to be in the moment. The person's looking in your eyes, you're looking in their eyes, and you're in the moment with each other, fully engaged in the conversation. You know, it happens all the time when you're talking on the phone with somebody. You know, they're like busy, like, you know, brushing their teeth while they're trying to talk on their phone, or eating while they're you know, they're not really, or they're talking to somebody else in the room while they're talking to you on the phone. They're not like in the moment of the conversation with you, and you'll see that it's annoying. The person is not even paying attention to you, so why are you even on the phone? And that's what you gotta learn yourself. Learn to not do that. Learn to be in the moment of everything that you're doing. You know, people, you know, always encourage like multitasking and all that stuff. But meditation is learning to not multitask, but just to